No, driving well in Frisco.
What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast presented by Bet Rivers. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the First String Podcast. On today's episode of First String Podcast, we are coming at you with 4 picks for the night. Actually, 3 because one has nothing because it's the first time ever going to happen. We're going to get into what in the world is wrong with Kyrie Irving, and then we're going to look at boxing versus MMA. So y'all know what time it is. It's time to get right into it. Let's go.
Man,
I like that.
man, that thing almost blew the speakers out of my MacBook, dog. I like it.
Well,
Feel the bass. You know what I'm saying? That thing fire, dog.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice right there.
I gotta say, welcome back to First String Podcast presented by Bet Rivers. Make sure you guys download the Bet Rivers app at www.betrivers.com. You must be 21 years or older. As you can see, we got a new fire intro, and you heard the reaction because the squad didn't even know. The squad did not know. But what I'm about to do is bring in my guy who I asked for a fire beat, and he more than delivered.
Yeah.
Let's bring in my guy, Dre. What's good, Dre? How are you?
What's happening, man? Appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you, bruh. So listen, I told y'all, I said, Dre's backstage. Dre, don't you tell him a thing about what you do. My man Dre, as y'all can see, produces music. Dre, tell us about it, man. Tell us about what you really do.
For one, I'm a father. For one, three little boys. Second, I'm a well-known producer. Still working process in that area. Of course, I work with my man, Mr. Toothpick.
Yeah.
Appreciate you having me on. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good friend, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. Also, y'all, I gotta let y'all know I put Dre's Twitter and Instagram into the description down there. So, man, look. Oh God, my man Bruce Glass said, "What's up, everybody?" Of course, Bruce is always checking in with us, and then Droopy's in the building, and of course, and then you got your comments up in here. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. But listen, say it's right there. He just told you, fire new intro. So, man, y'all let us know what y'all think. Of course, I'm gonna play that thing again, probably like every 5 minutes. But don't y'all forget to give us a good follow. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the First String Podcast. Give us that good thumbs up. Hit the bell to enable alerts for new content just like this right here. Yeah. So, man, before we get too far gone with the music, we got a tip off coming up here at 7:30. So I told y'all we got 3 picks for y'all tonight. Dre, I know what you do. So Dre, this is all good. This is us. We got to handle our business real fast. We got a 7:30 tip here, so we are about 10 minutes away. And of course, y'all know all lines are brought to you by Bet Rivers. So we're gonna get into our business real fast, Dre. We got you. It is NBA time, NBA and NCAA basketball time. We are literally about a month away from the NCAA tournament, right? So you guys need to start focusing up on basketball. because we will be coming at y'all with another First String Podcast tournament challenge, and we got some good prizes cooking up for y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all about those later today. Let's look at our first game. And I started off with college. This is not kicking off until I think like 9 o'clock Central Time, but we're gonna start off with Gonzaga versus St. Mary's. St. Mary's here. Here we have two teams that are really at the top of their division. They're fighting for positions 1 and 2. Gonzaga is 19-4, and St. Mary's is 20-3. If I got that right, I want to make sure I got that right real fast. Am I backwards on that, Lady A? I'm gonna say it. Am I backwards on that, or am I right?
Yeah, play it. You should slip and play.
My bad.
Now, when I say I just got here, I literally mean I just got here.
I'm gonna give it to you like this. I'm gonna give y'all a line. Yes,
I ain't got nothing pulled up.
St. Mary's. St. Mary's is actually
Gonzaga is 19-4, and
St. Mary's is 20-3.
20-4.
20. Okay, there we go. 20-4. Here we go. So we got Gonzaga at +3 at -110. Their money line is +130. St. Mary's is -3 at -110. Their money line is -159. The over/under set at 137, 112 for the over, 108 for the under. I'm going to go first here and get this out the way. The Zags, every time I picked against them last year, said, what did they do?
They won.
They won. So why would I break that tradition? Right? Why would I break that tradition? Give me the Zags. Yeah, I'm going to break it. On the money line, please. Give me the Zags on the money line to go out to St. Mary's and come away with the dub right here. Y'all know I cannot turn down that +130. Say it, who you got?
I kind of like St. Mary's, but Gonzaga has been consistent. Their problem is they can't win a championship. They can win during the year. Whatever say, also give me Gonzaga on the plus money line.
On the plus money, okay. All right, you like the +3, Lady A. Who you got?
So, first question: is this line correct as far as the spread? Is -110? Because I was looking, I couldn't find it.
-110 both ways. It may have actually changed. You know, these things always change from the time when I put them into when we go live. Give me a second.
That money line might have been different when I first looked at it.
Go ahead. I'm going down to it right now because it's a 9 o'clock game. So
I was on the 9 o'clock games and I couldn't find it. But you pick you and said that's actually a good pick. However, y'all know how I am when it comes to these games.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take Gonzaga with the spread.
Okay.
Instead of the money line. But their offense I feel like it's just going to be too much for St. Mary's.
110 both ways. 110 both ways. And actually so it's still +3 at -110.
Okay.
130 is still +130 on the money line for Gonzaga, and St. Mary's still -159. And the over/under still hasn't changed as well. Ant, who you got?
Give me the over.
You like the over of 137. I got you, Ant. Now let's move into the NBA here. So in the NBA, we have the Dallas Mavericks traveling out west to take on the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors had a great win yesterday versus the Boston Celtics. All right, in the Garden, and they fly all the way back out west. The Dallas Mavericks are playing without Luka Doncic here. All right, and that is a little bit of why this line reads the way that it does. You got Dallas +10 at -110. Their money line is +137. The Golden State Warriors are -10 at -110. Their money line is -500. The over/under set at 225.5. 113 for the over, 108 for the under. I'm going to go first again here. I don't like for NBA games. That sweet spot is around 5. That sweet spot is around 5, right? And then everybody knows that sort of NBA games, once they're blowouts or whatever, they sort of fill up the stat sheets a little bit. Give me the Dallas Mavericks playing without Luka. Give me the Golden State Warriors -10. Give me the Golden State Warriors -10. Say it. Who you got?
Who you got? Yeah. because I was gonna go mad with Luka was playing because he like to pull out that Luka magic. I don't see it firsthand this year. Watching the guy play, but I think I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the under.
I like your under, say
I think I'm gonna go with the under. Without Luka playing, they're gonna need somebody else to put up those points, and I haven't seen them be able to do so late in games. Give me the under in this one.
Give you the under, Lady A.
So in the Warriors' last 4 Saturday games, they're 3-0-1 for the under. So I'm taking the under as well.
The under. And
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie is the number 2 guy, and they play very well with him running it and with Luka being out, honestly. They play way better as a team when Luka's out because the ball moves around and it fits more into Jason Kidd's scheme. So with that being said, I would like to take the Dallas Mavericks plus 10. I think that
that's a smart play.
They will be able to keep it close enough. Golden State definitely pulls away at some point, but I don't see them getting beyond 10. They play very solid when Luka's out.
I'm gonna tell you, I really like that play, but I just for some reason, this back-to-back thing going from East Coast to West Coast for the Golden State Warriors, I actually do like that play. But I just like that sweet spot around five or so. But it's Golden State, and you never know when Steph and Poole and Clay just start dropping threes on you. So that's why I had to get away from it a little bit. All right, our next play we got here for you guys is the Atlanta Hawks and the Denver Nuggets. So the Hawks are going out west, said squad, to face the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets are playing very well right now. Atlanta is struggling. They win here, lose there, win here, lose there for a little bit of consistency. So let's look at this line. We got the Atlanta Hawks at plus 7.5 at minus 110. Their money line is plus 250. You got the Denver Nuggets at minus 7.5 at minus 110 as well. This line is actually still good from what I can see. Yes. And their over-under is at 231.5. 113 for the over, 108 for the under. 108 for the under. Again, I think that Trey is going to step up again. And like I said, consistency is the key for this squad right here. And let's hope that they can get themselves into a good rhythm and go out here and get this game. I'm going with the Atlanta Hawks here at plus 7.5. At plus the 7.5. And this game has actually just moved. It has just moved, and I'm not sure why, because it just moved to plus 10 at minus 112. It moved to plus 10 at minus 112. Not sure if they just said somebody's out or something like that. It moved to
that's concerning.
Minus 112. Their money line, the money line moved to plus 360. Money line moved to plus 360 and minus 109 for minus 10 at minus 109 for the Denver Nuggets and minus 450. So somebody's definitely out for.
It says Trey Young's rule day to day. It doesn't say he's out.
That might be the reason why.
They maybe end up sitting him.
Yeah, that's a good 3-point difference for you right there. And the money line, the over-unders moved down to 229 at 110 both ways now. Say it, who you got?
Well, if Trey Young is not playing, give me Denver. Because I can say that because both of these teams, last 5 games are 3-2 each. 1-3, lost 2. So they both kind of been the same way.
Yeah.
The Hawks are trying to get hot. They're trying to gel late in the year.
Yep. Why
they wait late in the year, I don't know. They actually moved up to the 8th spot.
Well,
in the Eastern Conference.
The basketball don't get real till around that All-Star game, around the trade deadline.
So you can't wait that late. Especially we need to trade out some people to get some parts, and then which we do. We need a big man. He's not on the injury list. Capella, because if he's not playing, he's part of the catalyst to protecting the rim for the Hawks. But if Trey Young is not playing, give me Denver money line.
Denver money line, Lady A.
So I'm still going to go ahead and take the Hawks with the spread because Denver has Aaron Gordon out, Nicola's out, Jack White's out. I'm sorry, Gordon and Nicola, they're questionable. So if they're sitting, that's going to be in the Hawks' favor. If the Hawks have just one person possible that is questionable, then that to me speaks volumes. I feel like that, you know, offensively, it's in favor of the Hawks. So I'll just take them with the spread.
All right, and Ant.
I'll take some of that tea with Lady A.
Got you.
Plus the 7.5. I
It's at plus 10 now.
Oh,
Yeah.
plus 10. That's even better. That gives me a greater shot.
Let me
They give me
change
more.
that.
They give me more court to run on. So yeah,
There you go.
give me that plus 10,
Oh,
especially
wait a
for
minute.
those reasons that she stated. But I mean, you know, Denver's not a super like they're a good team, and Jokic Joker is a. Why are you looking like that?
Why you
Because he
calling-
ready for his Wilson.
I'm waiting on my NBA Wilson.
Oh.
Okay, all right, my bad.
He was so good at his reason.
But I do think that you know the Hawks, man, you never know if Trey gonna play and how effective he's gonna be. But I do believe these teams, neither one of these teams, the one that has the greater possibility of the firepower, so to speak, of pure scoring would be the Hawks. So give me the
Yeah,
the
Bruce
Hawks
Blair
plus
just
10.
put it up.
So
They
Bruce
saying
put
Trey
in
Young has been ruled out.
Yep. No
Okay,
Trey Young.
well, give me the under.
Give him the under. He just went all.
He just won the under.
I just want the under.
He just wants the under.
He said, "Forget all of that."
We just called it. We just called it, and we had to get those in because we have a 7:30 tip off here. Well, a 7:30 tip off. Let's get said his Wilson right here.
I ain't get mine early.
NBA Wilson, you won by yourself.
All right, here we go.
Clippers are the latest team to
Man
engage.
on the NBA island all alone.
On the NBA island. Okay, so our last one is pretty much a pick 'em. We have the NFL Pro Bowl, the flag football game here, and there's really no line. It's just who do you think's going to win here?
Right,
AFC versus NFC. Me, I think all the talent in the world is on the AFC side. I just do, and I mean, come on, man. You look quarterback play.
AFC quarterback opted out.
Who is the NFC quarterback?
I said AFC quarterback opted out.
I know. Who is the NFC? Who's the NFC's quarterback?
Dak Prescott.
And
no, I'm just playing.
No, one Kirk Cousins.
Oh, he'll be good. He'll be good with no. He'll be good with no.
No pressure. No pressure. Yeah. Okay. Right. Give me the AFC. Yeah. Just give me the AFC. Say who you got.
Man, I might not even waste my time watching this. I'm just telling you the truth.
Hey, it don't even matter.
I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just being real about it. It's a toss up. Give me the NFC.
NFC, Lady A.
A tie.
A tie.
There's no tie.
The last time she said tie, what happened?
They're not ending with a tie, though.
It was a tie. All right. If I got to pick, I would say overall this season, the NFC was a force to be reckoned with. So I'll take NFC.
NFC. All right. Ant?
NFC.
NFC.
I think they got the athletes that it'll translate in flag.
I got you. All right. Okay. Well, we handle our business and we got you guys all set for tip-offs and everything like that. So I hope you got your bets in. Bruce, I already know you got yours in for sure. Dre, how did it feel to see your work or hear your work? I know you've already heard your work, man, out here on these streets, man. But you know, you said you never did one for a podcast, and I asked you literally. I said, "Give me something that people gonna remember and people gonna love," and you delivered on all fronts, bro.
Yes, sir.
So literally,
I almost deleted. I was debating, but I want to keep it. And my son said he liked it, so I ended up keeping it.
Hey,
I was actually sitting over here still humming it, even after we came live. I was still sitting here humming the beat to the song. So it actually works. pretty well for the intro. I really enjoyed it. It's very good, bro.
Now, say I told you, I said say it was with me when I first got the beat from you and we heard it, and we was in the car just killing. We was like,
Y'all was in there freestyling, huh?
We was in there just
no player.
we were just in there like. I think I played it like 7. I tried to play it 17 times. I played it a couple times.
Now we'll say this, Dre. You might be getting some. You might be getting some of my chochos because I listen. I need some stuff myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't found the right. I've not found the right person to give me what I was looking for. So that is fire.
So for those of y'all that don't know what I'm talking about, I told you guys I'm probably gonna play it like 17 times. Here we go with play number 2 right here. This is Dre's music right here in our new intro.
Next.
This is what I do know. I should have put a warning on there because that 808, my man dropped in there, will blow your woofers and your tweeters. Dre, what does it take to make a beat like this? Like, I mean, where do you find this inspiration, bro?
I don't go off no expression. I just go off based off the feeling. Whatever comes to my mind, run with it.
Well, y'all tell me what y'all think about that beat up there and that.
What system? What program do you use?
FL.
Really?
Most definitely.
It's funny. Okay, so I remember Fruity Loops from like being like 10.
Yeah.
And one of my aunt's boyfriends or whatever was like, yeah, Fruity Loops, boom, boom, boom. And I had no clue what it was. And it seemed like the logics and all of that stuff kind of took off. And so it's now to hear people like saying, nah, Fruity Loops. Like it seems like it's a resurgence of Fruity Loops, like really coming back. So that's kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? Because that seems like a old school, like almost like I don't know what the first system was, but it seemed like Fruity Loops was one of them.
Yeah, for sure. People got Pro Tools and stuff like that. I like it. What was that? Reason, I think.
Reason, yep.
Reason.
Yeah, Reason.
Other Pro Tools, it's more like for recording. FL more for production, like making beats. The process is easier to me.
All right, I got you. So when I told you I needed something that people was gonna remember, like, is that any part of that, like that? Man, like Say said, he was humming it. I love that part. That part just, oh my god, it's just.
Oh no, the 808 got me going, player. I'm from South Georgia. The 808 is in there. I'm from South Georgia, almost in Florida. Hey, I'm right there.
You said almost in Florida.
I said no, almost in Florida.
Oh,
like 10 minutes from the border.
So
hold on, he about to answer the question first. Like,
okay, for me, I'm a drum guy. I like.
Okay.
I care about the melody, but I really don't. I'm more focused on the drum, the percussion, stuff like that, as far as the 808s, the hi-hats, the kicks. That's where I master. I mean, if I get a good melody out of it, then I'm cool with it. But as long as that 808 jump, I'm good.
Yeah, well, that 808 is pounding. Yeah. Like I'm sure we done rattled somebody's speakers off of they they little bar or whatever. Somebody's TV is shaking, and then the wife is like, "What are you doing? Turn it down." So we're gonna play it about at least 7 more times. I
Oh my
promise.
goodness.
Maybe.
Appreciate it, man.
My guy Arrow said that's fire. So yeah, we appreciate y'all for real, man. And go ahead, Ant. You was about.
Oh
to
no, so I was gonna say, so band guy, former band guy, like what's the history? You know what I'm saying? Because he said, you said you well known too, so it's like, some stuff some people we know, like, you know what I'm saying? What's the
I
history
mean,
of it all?
I wouldn't know in my circles as far as like worldwide. I'm known yet. I wish I can get there, which I'm not putting no pressure on it. But I'm working with another artist named Two Official. We finna drop a single, hopefully a whole nother project.
Right.
We already been working on some stuff. Another artist named T Weezy. Well, he go by Weezy Bankroll at this moment. So
Yeah.
them like the main two artists I pretty much focus on right now. I try not to spend out too many because you know how people is and stuff like that in a way. So I try to maintain that relationship with my guys.
Okay.
I'm still searching. I'm still looking for more artists.
There you go. There you go. Now, hey, listen, you've been here, you've met everybody. When you and your partner get to dropping some stuff, feel free to drop some good stuff about First String Podcast. Hey, listen, we always looking for fresh new intros, for plugs, all of that stuff, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We got you.
I drop beat albums every week. I mean, not every week, but every year called Nonchalant.
Mm-hmm.
I try with another title, but I just can't run away from it. So
Look, all the famous mixtapes, whether it's chicks tapes or whatever it is, like you just gotta roll with whatever that is. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
What resonate with you? That's what resonate with you.
Right.
Yeah.
So right now I'm on 4 right now. I'm working on.
Good. Okay.
Dre, how long have you been doing this?
How long I've been producing?
Mm-hmm.
Since 2016.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
And y'all see my guys' handle down there. That's Twitter and IG is Dre Royal Beats. That's both his Twitter and his Instagram handle right there. So y'all out there, y'all need some sound, some music. Make sure y'all holler at my guy right here. He's always going to be a part of First String Podcast until he decides to give us something else.
I got you.
Until he decided to blow up, man. So yeah, once again, we had to bring Dre here. He's responsible for the new dope sounds on the intro, and we'll be hooking that up for the outro as well. Well, man, thank you for joining us here. We're about to get into some sports talk right now, and we just had to bring you on and show everybody, introduce you to the world, man. We appreciate your time.
I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Most definitely.
Pleasure,
Thank
brother.
you, shouts out to you and the fam. Say what's up to those little boys for me. We got you, bro.
I'm jealous of the 3 boys. I got 3 girls, man. I just need.
I'm trying to get one, but I ain't home.
That's a good problem to have. Trying to get a girl, trying to get a boy. It's like playing Russian roulette when you got. You just like, all right, let me just. You sure it's only one in here, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Oh my man.
And said he playing Russian roulette with an automatic.
I'm flirting with death at this point.
Oh my goodness.
All the weddings you got to pay for, sir. Sweet 16s, all that good jazz.
Hey,
Man.
Anyway.
Thank you, Dre. Thank you, man. We appreciate you for joining us, bro. Congratulations and thank you for this, man. I swear we're going to big you up. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, you will hear that beat right here on First String Podcast, and that is brought to you by my guy, Dre Royal Beats.
Sure.
You heard the 808 popping. Thank you, man. Have a good night.
All right.
All right.
All right. So there we go. That is Dre Royal Beats right there. And yeah, he brought us our soundtrack. So big shout out to him. Now, the name of this episode right here is What is Kyrie Thinking? Kevin Durant went down with an injury, and the Nets have slowly climbed their way back into this playoff thing. And the East is not as easy as everybody thinks. You got the Boston Celtics, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Miami Heat are always lurking. Did I mention that you got the Bucks that you got to deal with. And for the New Jersey Nets to have Ben Simmons, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie, and Ben Simmons playing the way that he's playing right now, and for Kevin Durant to be down and Kyrie to be performing the way he's performing, what is he thinking asking for a trade? Is he thinking long term, or is he just thinking selfishly, or is he thinking I can't win a championship without Kevin Durant? Or somebody help me.
So obviously he's thinking long-term contract, but you have to keep in mind that Kyrie, you didn't want to get the vaccine, and you know it's your choice if you want to get it or not. Nobody can force you, but you're getting paid and not playing, and that's what you're getting paid to do. And then you couple that up with, you know, wanting to be traded at that time as well. So then you rescind that, and then now you're playing. You're actually on the court,
playing
very well. And then you repost the situation, which that clearly got blown out of proportion. But you reposted it, and if you had no idea what it was actually about, or if you were only speaking to certain things within it, you should have made that clear from the beginning, and then maybe we wouldn't be in that situation. So then you get put off the team for a second for that. Have to apologize. You get dropped from Nike. This is it seems to everybody else that he's a problem child, and when you've missed he's missed half of the games that he should have played in over the last couple years. Not to mention he's had some injury problems in his career. People are skeptical on paying him a long-term contract, and they were wanting to pick these talks back up in the offseason. But now you do this at the worst time. They're like actually not just fighting for a playoff spot. They're like the number 2 or 3 seed now.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're doing really well, and he's been being a great team leader and all of those things. It's bad timing, but Kyrie has always been a different kind of guy.
Is it bad timing?
Yes.
If I'm playing well and the NBA trade deadline is coming up, I think it's perfect timing.
It's not about the team, though. It's about the contract.
Right. Anderson is a bad time for the team, not for Kyrie. So let's back up. And you touched on something.
I'm sorry.
Kyrie is emotion driven. He always has been.
Yep.
So I don't believe that this decision had anything to do with what we think would be logical. There's something happened. Kyrie always asks for a trade when something happens, when he's not pleased with something, whether we know about it or not, whether it's the history of what's been going on between him and the organization, or whether something else happened behind closed doors we don't know about. But 9 times out of 10 with Kyrie, it's something emotional. It has nothing to do with his performance on the court. I don't think that he ever really thinks long term anyway. So 9 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with the court. It's all Kyrie. It's just something he's unhappy with something, and that's what he does every time he's unhappy with something. He wants a trade.
Got it. Say it.
I mean, and it's unfortunate for the Nets as well, as we're speaking about it, with them finally starting to gel, play very well. Because remember, a year ago, 2 years ago, they were picked to be NBA champions even before the season started.
Yeah.
When he first got there, you know, they just needed to get the team to play together, to gel and play together. You know, injuries, the COVID, all that took away from that, you know, at the same time. So, I mean, like Lady A said, you know, it's something that we don't know about, you know. Like I said offline, you know, he was there in Cleveland with LeBron. You're playing with LeBron. You're playing with a guy who's going to always get double teams so you can single your man and do your thing and put up your 30 or 40 points.
Yep.
But you wanted to leave that to do your own thing, to expand. And it's been one team after another. It always seems to come back around to Kyrie wants to leave or Kyrie's unhappy.
Yep.
Will he get this money if they trade him? It's a toss-up. I mean, he may not get what he wants, but they may get an offer.
All right. So now let's talk about something real fast. So he asked for a trade, right? And I'm gonna name a couple of teams. I'm gonna give you some odds. You guys tell me where you think Kyrie will wind up. All right. So the Lakers is plus 100. The Brooklyn Nets are plus 150. The Dallas Mavericks plus 200. Any other team is plus 400. The Phoenix Suns is plus 400. And the LA Clippers is plus 500.
So
where
there's
does
no
Kyrie end up? Huh?
They don't think he's gonna end up anywhere. That's what it sounds like.
The team that they're probably using the most at this point is part of the Clippers.
The Clippers? What are you talking about? They got PG, Kawhi,
and PG has been at his best at this point in his career, coming off the screen, shooting a three. Kawhi has got to the point now where he's giving up the ball to try to get everybody else involved. So with that being involved, now you would have a true point guard to move everybody back and forth. You can dish the ball to PG on the outside. Then you can throw the ball down low Kawhi, because Kawhi's a mismatch for anybody down in the post. He's too big for a guard. He's more athletic than the forward, so he's a mismatch. And then you still got Kyrie who can dish the ball back to him and go to the rim. So that gives them a well-rounded squad. The problem is, will he fit in with a new team?
No,
that's what the problem is.
Is
he going for the money or is he going for the team?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It's not even about who he will fit in with on the court. It's the team itself. And then the teams have to look at it like this. Kyrie's always doing something. It's off the court. It's always he gonna ask for a trade next year. If he goes somewhere new, is he gonna ask for a trade next year?
He could be here for 2 years. He could be here for 2 years.
And that's why I said he's not thinking long term, because when you're doing these type of things and this is consistent for you, this is a regular thing for you, people are going to look at that, because that's going to start to overshadow your skills.
Right.
Because what's the point of us going through this contract and paying you all this money for you to just ask to be traded in a year or two?
I got a question for you guys. Okay, so Kevin Durant, Kyrie and Kevin had problems. LeBron and Kyrie had problems, but towards the end of their championship run, right? It was like the following year after they had got the title, right? And then Kyrie, don't forget Kyrie, that's when he hit that big shot. So now he started to come into that I can carry a team mode, right?
Right.
And then he went to try to do it in Boston and didn't work out. I'm not sure what type of leader Kawhi Leonard is, but I know he's a killer on the court.
Yeah.
If he went to Dallas, that's Luka's team. But Luka does need someone else, right? Last year he had Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Brunson didn't mind deferring to him. Kyrie knows how to play the second part because he's done it with LeBron. He's done it with KD. Phoenix, to me, you have the ultimate NBA leader in Chris Paul there. And you got Devin Booker, who you could, now we got 3 killers on the floor. We got the big man in the middle. We got Devin Booker and Kyrie with Chris Paul on the floor as well. Right? Does he need to go somewhere with a stable leader who's not afraid to punch Kyrie in the face the way Draymond Green did to Jordan Poole?
But that wasn't good.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. But Kyrie might need a punch in the face, though.
Kyrie's not even that type of issue to where you want to punch on him. That's
well, here's the thing that we know of, though, and we don't know how he is because we see he doesn't get along with anybody. So, what are we not seeing that's happening behind the scenes? On the court, he's not like a, everyone talked about how Jordan used to talk trash to everyone. He's not a Jordan talking trash on the court.
But Jordan's better than everyone.
I understand that, but I'm just talking about the talking trash part. He's not.
Well, Kyrie's a better guard than anybody that steps on the floor.
But what I'm saying is that he's just not talking trash on the court. So what's happening off the court for Kyrie to have so much discord with everyone? Like, what? Why can't you get along with? Like, was he? He don't know how to share. What is the problem?
I think the problem with Boston was, you got to think that was a team that had already come off of with Isaiah Thomas, number 1 seed, already had the cohesion, and he's such a ball dominant guard that he just came in, and now it's like this one-on-one player with all of these team guys that already have the camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? I just believe his personality, like him and KD, that's why they make so much sense together, is because they have the same temperament. Like dominant players on the floor, but just mental midgets, so to speak.
Sensitive.
They're super emotional, super, like Kevin Durant created a burner account, for crying out loud, to defend himself. That sounds like a crazy person.
That sounds like a sensitive man.
And so for me, somebody said something about the Suns. They already have Kyrie Irving. His name's Devin Booker.
Whoa.
Yes. No. I'm not saying he's good. I'm not saying he's as good as Kyrie. I'm saying he is the ball dominant scoring person. You can't. It's only so many of them you're gonna actually have on that team, and then you still talk. And the only way it would make sense is if you take Chris Paul and ship him out, because he's the true floor general, the true point guard. Kyrie's not a true point guard. He's a true two guard.
Devin Booker's a shooting guard who has a killer mentality. He like a lot of people.
Well, tell me that to those finals appearances where he came up short, disappeared. I watched it.
Yeah, I think that was a lot of Dallas's defense.
No. I'm talking about when they were in the finals.
Oh yeah, well, okay.
When they were in the finals, I watched this man. Once it got out of hand a little bit, I watched him kind of just stand over in the corner and not even try to get the ball no more. They took the heart out of that man. I've never seen that before.
So I'm gonna tell you what I saw. I'm gonna tell you what I saw this year. I saw him do something to Klay Thompson that I've never seen. Earlier this year, when him and Klay Thompson was both going at it, he got Klay way off his game, and that's Devin Booker. And he was coming at Klay like, I'm finna light you up tonight. And Klay was like, I'll holler at you in playoff time, as he was walking off the floor. And then the next time they played, Devin Booker took it to him again.
They're a great regular season team. No, I'm being for real. I'm not even being. They're great.
When you play a team 30 times in one season.
Listen, man, Phoenix ain't finna do nothing. They will be better off swapping those players out. I'm telling you. And listen, don't get me wrong. Klay is he was on one of the greatest teams, this and that. But at this juncture of who he is, so what? You're talking about Achilles, ACL, 4 championships. They're starting. The writing to me is on the wall for Golden State, because now they're starting to lean on that. In that game that you're talking about, is come on, man, get you one of these. It's like, come on, just beat them. Just beat them. Like, y'all are champions, bro. We don't need to know. We know you got 4 championships. Congratulations. Do it again.
Lady A, what you got?
T.
Oh, we know. Come on.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, don't do me like that.
Come on, what you got?
That's all. I just feel like, I think that it's difficult to place Kyrie anywhere. Okay, that's all. I was drinking my tea because I'm like, okay.
She's not really on one. She's just agreeing. Kyrie's difficult.
I feel like Kyrie's he's a Bruce. But no, I feel like Kyrie definitely, and y'all know I got my HR recruiting hat on. Like, where do you put him? Where do you put this man? Like, he can be as talented as he want to be, but if he comes in and throws the team off, then what do we do? He always got something going on. And don't get me wrong, I sound like a Kyrie hater right now. I like Kyrie. It's difficult to put him somewhere because he's good on the court, but as we know, a lot of times things that happen off the court will affect on the court.
What happens on the court, yeah.
Right. So do you really want to bring this man onto this team. Like, if I'm looking at him like, you got this and you got that. I think I'm gonna give credit to Said. I think it was Said that said he was talking about somebody being a cancer to the team.
Oh, in the chat earlier.
Yeah, in the chat. Yeah,
so
a
it's
lot of
like, do you really want that to happen?
I think that if we can get him through half a season in the playoffs and worry about that during the off season, I think a lot of teams would love to have that problem. You know what I mean?
If you put him on your team, get him therapy.
This is the thing, because she's OD.
I'm just saying, I'm being real.
But he probably needs therapy, period.
That's what I'm saying.
This is the thing. This is what I can tell you about a player like Devin Booker, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, KD. Who do they respect if all else fails? Another player to their caliber.
Right.
So when people think that, you just put him on whatever. No, you better put him around somebody that he respects.
Yeah. That was part of my question earlier.
Because when they first said that the Mavericks were interested, I'm the one that put it in the chat, and I was like, all right, this is getting too much. But if he coming to the Mavericks, who we need to get rid of?
True.
I don't want to get rid of Spencer Dinwiddie, but they're not.
Spencer Dinwiddie would get rid of himself because now you got 3 point guards.
No. That's not. See, no, that's not how that works. Luka is just like LeBron. He can play multiple positions, and he's better primarily with the ball in his hand. But he's still probably going to be ball dominant even if Kyrie is there. But what you're going to probably do is have them kind of start. Then you'll have Luka go to the bench to get rest, and then Kyrie will run the offense. Spencer Dinwiddie can play off the ball.
Similar to what they did last year toward the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And Dinwiddie became that 3-point killer in the last few games going to the playoffs. You couldn't leave him by himself. Dude, where did this 2 come from all of a sudden? Every time he pulled up, he was going in.
But you have to remember, if you have to get rid of someone, keep in mind that Kyrie may ask to be traded in a year or two, and you done got rid of somebody for that.
But you got a championship, you had a parade, you got a ring, and bye-bye Kyrie.
You could have had more than that.
Well, who? Okay, so let's be honest now. Championships is what everybody's after. And I just need you for half a year to stay focused and get this championship.
Mm-hmm.
So, we might lose a piece, but we're going to have a ring at the end of the year. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the championship chase. It's all about the possibilities of being one of the final 2 teams and getting champagne poured on your head and having to wear goggles.
Now you sound like the LA Rams.
What I don't like, though, is that we'll have to get rid of Dinwiddie to actually get him.
Yeah.
But, man, he's a guy that can come off the bench. He's a guy, like I said, that can play off the ball. He's actually stepped up in Luka's absence here recently. They actually haven't won a game without Luka, but they've played better as a team.
That Dallas needs him even more.
Because Spencer Dinwiddie then becomes ball dominant, running the offense still. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's the same format, different player.
But Pick, also, you're saying everyone wants a championship. Truthfully, everyone wants a dynasty. That's what they want to be the Lakers on this run for years, they want, you know what I mean? That's what they want. They don't want just one championship.
You can't get there without the first one. You can't get a dynasty without the first one.
But are you going to sacrifice only having one versus trying to build a team to have many?
It
ain't no if, Bruce. He definitely wants a championship, and he's been trying to get them since last year.
He said bring them to the Wiz. Man, the Wizards just finished paying Gilbert rings. I wish they would.
Hey, I tell you what, though. I would gladly ship Bradley Beal. Tell me which one, Lady A. Would you ship Bradley Beal off for Kyrie?
So
man, that's a Supermax contract, man. I'm sorry.
Let me say this. No, let me say this.
You get a first thing smoking.
What Hawk said,
you ain't finna win.
Kyrie, hold on. What Hawk said, I don't even think he realized what he said. He said Kyrie is Gilbert Arenas 2.0. Yeah. How was Gilbert Arenas in the locker room?
He was terrible.
Exactly.
guns and shooting dice. But who don't? I mean, Jordan. We saw it in the Last Dance. Jordan shooting dice in the locker room.
When you think about bringing a player to your team, you have to keep that in mind, because let's be real. Had Gilbert Arenas didn't come strapped to the locker room, he would have been on our team longer than what he was.
Pause.
Listen, what I'm not gonna allow y'all to do is disrespect Gilbert Arenas, okay? Gilbert Arenas was a phenomenal basketball player.
And Gilbert Arenas brought a weapon into the locker room.
You know how many guys did that? He just was the one who got caught.
She not taking away from the skills.
He was a good player.
We all knew Gilbert Arenas was a microwave waiting to go off at any time.
But he was a hothead.
The other side of the coin,
Gilbert Arenas was not a hothead. Like, you think he's going to shoot somebody in the locker room?
He pulled out a gun and pointed it at his teammate. What are you?
Listen, let me tell the story. That is not what happened.
Would you rather have Gilbert Arenas in his gun or Charles Oakley in his fist? Which one would you rather have? Because I know Oakley knocked out plenty.
Well, we know Gilbert was a deadly shooter, so I don't know.
Which one would you rather have?
You have to keep this in mind, because Kyrie could potentially do something that causes him not to play for you, and something that has nothing to do with on the court play, like not injury, things like that. Okay, so when they were mandating everyone get a vaccine, he didn't play. That was an issue, right? Then he offended somebody with a tweet, right? And then people were calling for them to literally pull him from the court, get rid of him, the whole nine. Like, it's always something off the court with Gilbert. I mean, I said Gilbert 2.0. Kyrie. It's always something with Kyrie. So you have to keep that in mind. You always do. Like I said, Gilbert Arenas was a good player, but Gilbert Arenas is the reason why he's not playing. Not injury, none of that.
That's not true. That's not true.
So
you mean not playing at all? You mean for the Wizards?
Well, for the Wizards, that's the reason why he had to go.
Okay,
that's toxic.
I'm like, his knees were really the reason he wasn't good no more.
Right, but he would have got a little bit more play time. I mean, after that.
Whoa, pause.
You gonna pause on there, but you're gonna listen. He walked in strapped.
Yeah, hey, you hit her with the pause on that one now. Come on now. I mean, hey, but
he had a weapon. What else am I supposed to say? That's
Lady,
what that means.
You in the locker room with these two dudes. Come on, hey.
Put 5 fingers up, lady. I got questions.
No, because I lose at those games.
That was fun before. That was fun before. Okay, so Hawk TV said the Wizards need Hawk TV says the Wizards need a starting point guard badly, which is absolutely true, right? Kyrie, Bill, and Gafford would be a big three, but man, Bradley Beal does have that max contract, which is one of the big problems. And then you got to make these salaries match with Kyrie. Plus, you're going to give up a lot of draft compensation. Yes, the Wizards just got 3 third-round picks from the Lakers. They got some other picks and things like that to package for Kyrie. But I'm not sure that Kyrie would sign off on coming to the Wizards. I mean, he would definitely be the leader, the alpha dog in the locker room. I like Gafford with him.
I think if Kyrie comes to the Wizards, I would love it for the on the court stuff, but I'm gonna tell you, Kyrie gonna get in trouble.
First off, y'all gonna have to keep Kyrie out the clubs.
That's why I say he gonna get in trouble.
And y'all gonna have to keep that. Y'all gonna have to keep that 6.
Want to know clubs? Kyrie is married.
Oh, okay.
With the fam, bro, knock it off.
Hey,
all right,
hold on.
I'm saying Kyrie's going to find trouble in DC. How that trouble comes about,
1 second.
DC is never a good place for these athletes for some reason.
Lady A. Champ Bailey, was he married?
Who cares about Champ Bailey? I'm not comparing these guys.
We're not going to pull out them University of Georgia and bash them across the head while I'm on the swing.
But I love Champ Bailey.
We can't compare these players or these men.
The reason Champ Bailey's gone because his wife said, "You are getting traded because this ain't gonna work." Hello,
Y'all
Denver.
y'all put too much value in Chocolate City now. I get it's a nice
No,
town.
not-
Hold your horses now.
Not value.
The 12th woman, the 12th woman,
Hold your horses
and
now.
the 12th woman
Value.
and the 6th woman are real in DC.
Let y'all tell it this New Amsterdam. Calm down.
No,
All right, just calm yourself.
And
It ain't the red light district now.
entertainers
Calm
come
yourself.
here. Entertainers come here to perform. They get locked up. When
Yeah,
you
they do.
have,
It sounds like it's a bad town. It sounds like it's a fun town.
I didn't.
No,
Say, we
it's like
did
it's a
not
horrible place to
say.
be.
You said we putting too much value in Chocolate City. We're saying that it is like a hole, and these performers, these athletes, they come here and they get in trouble, and
Say
we're
it's
like,
gone. Say
why
it
is it always DC? Chris Brown was out of jail for the longest time. He came to DC, get locked up. I was
Locked
like,
up.
oh my
Wale
goodness.
ain't never been to jail.
Wale from
While they stay in
here.
Florida.
He's from here. How
And he
you
stay
know
in-
he
and
never
he
been
stay in
locked up
Florida
here?
a lot.
He was probably
Wale-
locked up here. I'm not. Never mind. Let me not say that. But
Wale-
he's from here. You don't know
Yeah.
what happened before he became famous.
Plus, when you go home, you do just like I do. You get in, you get out. You don't let too many people know you're around.
You already know
yeah?
what it's about.
You
That's
didn't get
my
out, huh?
thing.
You got to get in and get out,
You know
bro. You
what?
got to get in, you got to get out.
And
Hey, let's move on to something that Ant's ready to talk about. He's about to walk us through something here. So here's the question that we have, and Ant's gonna walk us through this. And I'm probably about to butcher it, so I'm gonna put it the way that you put it in the chat here, buddy. All right, so all right, is
wait.
boxing
the Hawk needs to go to the corner, but go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The question was, is boxing dying slowly compared to MMA? Is boxing dying slowly compared to MMA? Ant, get at us, bro.
So
Tell us about it.
The question is boxing dying a slow death? Comparable to MMA, some of the things that I broke down a little bit earlier pre-show, I didn't say boxing is dead. I said dying a slow death. Please pay attention to the context.
And I did say slowly.
Yeah, that's why I went in and corrected.
You changed it up. Yep.
But this is the thing. People who know and love boxing understand that it had a lot of more excitement and intrigue to it at a certain time. If we go back, and I wrote down some of the fighters and some of the fights that people will remember if you love boxing in any capacity. Marvin Hagler versus Hearns. Hearns versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Duran. Some of the best boxing matches where guys appeared to have no shot, where Duran moved up 2 or 3 weight classes to become champion. Some of the slugfest of Hagler versus Hearns. If we look at, I put Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Roy Jones Jr., Vitaly Klitschko, Lennox Lewis, of our day, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. These are guys who duck no smoke. And the thing that I hate is that when we look at one of the greatest to ever do it, and we're talking about Floyd Mayweather, he is the direct result of the rise of revenue in boxing, but he's also the direct result of people appearing to duck, but it being more about wanting to make the most money and not furthering your legacy and trying to preserve your winless streak. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to protect the O now. You don't want to fight the best fights. Here are some of the fights that we're missing out on as a result of the Floyd, and I'll break this down in a second. Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd, and Money Mayweather. They're 2 different eras of boxing that he was able to live in.
Yeah. And
he set the standard in both of those eras, and they have in the latter half is what's costing us now. But Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Bud Crawford. This is a fight that should have happened 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about, well, you get the belts, and then if we can build enough intrigue. Mm-hmm. Both of these guys are undefeated. Errol Spence, a local hometown guy. Terrence Crawford from Omaha, for crying out loud. But he's automatically going into the Hall of Fame once he retires. He's just that phenomenal of a fighter. But these guys can't get on the same page to fight to save their lives. It's turned into Twitter fingers instead of them actually fighting in the ring at this point. Young guy Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Now you can throw in Tank Davis versus quite a few fighters, honestly, but Gervonta Tank Davis is actually one of the faces of boxing next to Canelo Alvarez.
Right.
If you look at Canelo Alvarez versus the Charlo brothers that are from Houston, either one of them versus David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. These are fights that we don't get to see because now you look at Canelo and he's following the Money Mayweather format.
Yep.
Well, now where I will give him credit is 2 years ago he fought 4 times in a year. Doesn't matter if they were bums or maybe they weren't the best of the caliber, but that's what we're used to. Iron Mike Tyson was knocking guys out every couple months. And we're missing that in boxing. We're also missing the great heavyweights that are going in there and getting into those slugfests. So so let me go to the Pretty Boy Floyd, which to me represented greatness. It represented fearlessness. It represented, I'm going to go make a name for myself versus Money Mayweather. The resume for Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd, was unmatched. He was going in there against Diego Corrales. He was going in there fighting guys and beating the dog crap out of them. Before he had the hand injury, he was knocking out all his opponents on top of that.
Right.
So now we move on to the Money Mayweather, and everything was about becoming a promoter. Everything was about making the most money possible, preserving your body, which is nothing wrong with that. Right. But this is a hit and don't get hit sport. And now these guys don't want to fight each other because they want to keep that zero. So now they fight bums all day. Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate to me because I love boxing, and now I am getting to a point to where I'm kind of not caring no more.
So what about that UFC? What about the UFC side of this thing?
Hold on, the UFC side. But he's right, because you've heard me say this when we talked about boxing. You asked me, said, "Do you watch boxing?" I said no. I said because it got to the point now it's so political, you don't get to see the people you want to see fight anymore. You know. Yep. I mean, the perfect example, we can even go back to Lennox Lewis, Tyson.
It took forever.
It took forever. They should have fought in the first 2 years. They should have fought. It was like 5 years before they fought.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's where boxing is going. Whereas UFC is completely different.
Yep. The fight. I was talking about Francis Ngannou and John Jones, who, in my opinion, is the greatest UFC fighter of all time, hands down. John Jones, outside of multiple coke tests and performance enhancing one time, we don't exactly know what it was. This guy,
it was one of them.
I've never seen somebody more masterful inside of a ring, jab a guy with his elbow. It's beautiful to watch. It's poetry inside an octagon watching John Jones fight. He hasn't fought in 2 years. And his first fight back was going to be Francis Ngannou, but he wanted more money because he felt he was more of a draw than what they were willing to pay him.
Right.
He goes and gets the next best thing. I can't tell you the actual fight name of the guy he's fighting because it slipped me. I'm sorry about that. But it just goes to show you that the structure is built better. Maybe we shouldn't give these guys so much power over the revenue at times because it stops them from making the fights that we, the fans, want to see. UFC, and I'm sorry, Hawk TV, boxing is not king. What's the last great fight that you saw? What's the last great fight that you paid money for?
Yeah, he just said Gervonta Davis.
The guy named that John Jones was to fight is Cyril, Cyryl, Cyril Gain. He's 11-1. That's who John Jones was to fight.
That's who John Jones
was
about to fight. He's about to have a 2 on his record.
And he's an up-and-coming, like, contender, like, dangerous. And that's who John Jones has fought his whole career. That's who he's represented.
Right.
Gervonta Davis, like I said, he's one of the faces of boxing. He's supposed to be fighting Ryan Garcia April 15th. But that fight even got stalled.
Right.
Devin Haney, the undisputed champion of the world at 135, is supposed to be fighting Vasily Lomachenko, who is a little long in the tooth, but is a great fighter out of Ukraine. He actually turned down the fight for Undisputed to go help with the war in Ukraine at a certain point.
Right.
So kudos to him for that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But it's like these fights just aren't happening. That fight has been delayed now. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez, who Mike Tyson calls the Mexican monster. He's supposed to be fighting Caleb Plant, who lost to Canelo in his last fight, but whoever wins out of David Benavidez and Caleb Plant will be the mandatory for Canelo Alvarez. So it's got an opportunity to make a rise, but they got to start. We need to be having every quarter, we need to be having a blockbuster fight.
Yeah, we
Right.
do.
Because as a person who grew up loving watching boxing, loving watching Nassim Hamed, watching Roy Jones, watching Pretty Boy Floyd, watching De La Hoya, Golden Boy, watching Sugar Shane Mosley.
Mhm.
And I mean, you're talking about an era where everybody, Vernon Forrest, like everybody was fighting everybody. And now we've taken a back seat. And I'm not saying you do what you can to secure the bag for your family, but making great fights will secure the bag at the end of the day. And so I want us to get back to that, man, because boxing is really dying a slow death.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. When he put that in the chat today, I knew Ant was gonna bring it. I knew he was gonna bring
Yeah.
it. That's why I was like, do it. That's why I was like, do
I
it.
was like, so true.
Right. When you said that, I said, oh, I got something. When Lady A said that, I said, oh, I got something now.
That's so true.
I said, bring it. I said, bring it,
Yeah.
man. Listen, hey, it's a Saturday show. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for
OG
sticking with us.
classic?
It is an OG classic because
But wait,
hey,
I want to say this
What you
really
gonna get
quickly. I want to piggyback off of Ant.
go for it.
I think part of
Hold on. Can you save it? Because I gotta do something real fast.
Oh,
Don't
yes,
nobody
do-
go nowhere.
do that.
Don't nobody
Do
go
that.
nowhere. I just gotta shout out Big Dre one more time, man. And I gotta play this
Oh
one
my
more
God.
again for y'all. In case y'all missed
And we got to
it,
show some love to Bear Rivers.
in case y'all got in late, this is what y'all missed at the beginning of this.
Straight for your beats. Our first song is the person.
On just yet, but I had to let y'all see that one more time. And shouts out to our guy Dre Royal Beats, whose information is in the description of this right here. Lady A, go ahead, tell us what you had to say.
So, on top of what Ant said, I feel like they're starting to make a mockery of boxing as well because of the money that's involved and everyone wants a piece of it. Anytime you let a YouTuber slash Disney Channel star infiltrate your sport just because he wants to have fun and just picking and choosing different fights, who's not technically on a professional level, then what? Where does that leave you? But on the UFC side, you're not coming in there not having no official training or anything like that. Most boxers, it's a process. You have to work your way up. You being an influencer shouldn't get you the fight. You and your skill set and your record and working your way up through the process should be the what gets you the fight. So I feel like on so many levels, it's now become a mockery. It's they have concerts during the fights and all of that, and no
Wow.
shade to them about that. But if the concert is better than the fight, then we have a problem. You know, just like the Super Bowl, for instance. When if the game is boring but the halftime show is fire, then it's just like for real.
Yeah.
You're taking away from what boxing was traditionally brought to us. Like why it
Right.
was brought to us, how it was designed, how what the purpose is. Now, like Ant is saying, people are fighting bums. They're picking and choosing whoever they want to fight. We don't get good quality fights. Not as often. I will say sometimes we do get good fights, but for me, almost 3 years ago, almost to the day, maybe to the day. I think it was February 2nd of 2020. We saw it was Black History Month. We were hyped, and we see Black Panther come out, right?
Right.
It's all about your intro. And then we had to watch in horror Black Panther get beat down, right? And I felt like the intros in that fight was better than the actual fight. So it's like it's all about the production of the thing. You're putting on this show, but where's your skill? If you took more time into training than you do your outfit or your intro, then maybe we will have better fights.
Gotcha.
And to one more thing, who's responsible for the inception of the exhibition boxing arena? Floyd Money
There you go.
Mayweather.
There you
If
go.
you look at Conor McGregor,
He said
Conor
it's
McGregor
all
should
your
have been in the
fault,
ring with
boy.
him. That was really an exhibition fight.
Yeah.
But he's got.
Oh, you had Nate, the basketball player, get knocked out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you had all that too.
Yeah.
So you got to blame a little bit of that on them for stepping into a ring and getting knocked out for some millions. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Catch them on hard times.
Lady A's point is great though, because if you flip it, you can't do exhibition MMA. That happens in gyms where nobody ever sees it, and it's just.
Greg Hardy tried it.
Well, no, he was a real fighter though, and he actually was knocking people out until.
But his first one, he got them paws put on him.
But we talking about somebody who has never fought trying to go into a ring.
Right.
That's a whole different ball game. But
right here got your next great fight.
People, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll hope, yeah. But we have people who have no business going into the ring with someone. And
speaking of that,
that's terrible.
I hope Roy Jones don't die in the ring.
Oh man.
I mean, real talk.
I'm gonna knock on wood. But
when they said Mike was going back to fighting, and I said, "Oh, that's a problem." And then I said, "Wait, who he fighting? What's the movie with the old people fighting? What was that
Rocky?
Movie? No, the other one.
Oh, you talking about?
Yeah, no, was that
it was the Great White Hype.
It was two old men fighting, and they were supposed to, well, who was it?
I don't know.
It's
I
a
know what
movie?
I'm talking about. Yeah, it's
it was a movie. It was two old men, like they were really old, and they had no business fighting. That's what I felt.
Listen, like I said, we are a little bit away from March Madness. Okay, say it. I called you. I told you I'm about to get crazy. If you did not take part in First String Podcast NCAA Bracket Challenge last year, where we gave away, was a $100 Amazon gift card. That's what we gave away last year, correct?
Right.
Well, this year, your boy's getting crazy with it. All right. There will be more prizes to be added later. I'm just going to start you off with this. Say it. First String Podcast hat. Is that okay? Can we give that away?
Roger.
All right. Lady A, can we give away a First String Podcast t-shirt?
Sure.
Hey, Ant, can we give away a First String Podcast sweatshirt?
Absolutely.
That's not enough, though. That is not enough.
There's more.
Right.
We're going to give you a $150 $150 Visa gift card.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
$150 Visa gift card.
When we go from Amazon to Visa, that means the player on the show
it's like we're just really giving away cash. So you guys pay attention. There will be more added to this until Say It stops me and tell me that's a little too much. So, First String Podcast hat, t-shirt, hoodie. I'm going to dap you down. I'm going to dap you down. $150 Amazon. I'm sorry, $150 Visa gift card. $150 Visa gift card. And there will be more added later until Say It tells me stop it. That's too much. I'm just going to keep going. So please tell your friends to get ready for this year's First String Podcast NCAA Tournament Challenge, where the winner is going to get a lot. So we have to say thank you to our sponsors, Bet Rivers. I want to say thank you to our guest today, Dre, from Dre Royal Beats. His information is in the description. Thank you all for watching. On Tuesday, we will have someone throw Says belt in there. Throw Says belt in there.
Hold on. It's grudge match. Okay.
Grudge
I had to get that
match.
off. I had to get it off my chest.
She
Go
found
ahead.
it. She had to get it off her head.
Throw Says belt in. Okay. There we go.
Throw Says belt in there. Say it. Can we throw a belt in there?
Yeah, a regular old leather belt.
He said, not the trophy.
He said not that day.
Oh, that's the belt they talking about.
Yeah, he said, not the trophy. He said, oh, look, Says, hey, there it
He
is
said
right
not
there.
this one.
So you got to win that fair and square, player.
Yeah,
He
Says
said
said,
not
no.
this
He
one.
said, you got to beat a man to beat the man. All right.
Be the man.
You gotta beat the man. Listen, man, I swear, I lost where I was. But we got more coming. We got more coming for our tournament challenge this year. We're gonna dap you down, so keep paying attention and make sure you guys start looking at these NCAA men's tournaments games because you might want to know we got a little less than a month before Selection Sunday. Thank you to Dre again for providing the beat. Thank you to all my castmates. We'll have somebody next week from Super Bowl Row in Arizona. And then on Thursday, we have the one and only Travis Thomas, who's going to help us get our picks all set before the Super Bowl. We'll talk that good talk right there and get your pockets right. So get your bets in early and then look at what Travis is going to give us late in the week. All right. So it is truly an OG classic today. Shouts out to my son in the United States Air Force. First String Podcast, second to none. Come get some. Say it, tell them.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.